I was just waiting patiently in line, waiting on water, tapping my foot. Apparently the whole school had just gotten out of gym because the line was long and I was about to be late for English class. Only one more person and I'd be able to get a quick sip and make it in time. I could see my English teacher across the hall watching me, tapping her foot too. Seemed like everybody was, tapping their foot and waiting. The guy in front of me was taking forever. Then the girl behind me told him to hurry his ass up. It happened so fast. I could almost think I imagined it. Sometimes I think I did. He whirled around, big and burly, at least twice my size, and his hand flew out. I didn't have time to react before he was hitting me, touching me where he shouldn't touch me, yelling at me with his loud voice. I was in shock. And the first thing to come to my mind was, nobody touches me like that. So I glared at him and hissed, "Don't touch me." He glared back, but he turned away, going back to his forever-long drink of water. I couldn't hear anything. I didn't know what had just happened. The boy stepped out of the way and I got a drink of water as if everything was normal. Then I stood up, I turned, and he was there, towering over me, blocking my view. He stood before me and glared. Then he grabbed me, shook me, slammed me up against the wall. I could see my teacher staring over his shoulder, but she didn't move. And I didn't move, and neither did any of the students standing at the water fountain, watching and waiting. I can't remember what happened next. I only remember the feeling of being scared, of knowing I was in his control. He was huge, too big for me to move or even budge, and I was trapped against the wall under his arms. I don't know how much time passed. It could have been half a minute or 5. But the only thing I remember is the way his arm raised, slow and so ready to hit me. I remember the shock as I began to hear again. I remember the way time inched by as I watched his arm move, as I watched my teacher's face behind him, as I ducked under the smack that was coming my way and ran full force into my English room. I sat down in tears. The teacher told the principal, who asked me to display for him what the boy had done to me. My boyfriend ran after the boy, grabbed him, and asked him how he would feel if somebody did that to him. The school told me to control my boyfriend, as if he had done anything wrong, as if he was my responsibility. I didn't talk about it, and nobody thought I needed to. 2 weeks later, I had put my life back together. The boy was only suspended for 5 days, but he didn't come back to school. I forgot about my assault for months. I pushed away my guy friends and cried myself to sleep every night, but it never occurred to me that what had happened had anything to do with my sadness. It wasn't until 6 months later that I finally told a room full of people at summer camp that I had been assaulted. We had been asked to say something nice about someone we hated most, and I told them there was nothing nice about someone who touches you when you didn't want to be touched. When the class let out, the counselor ran after me and begged me to come to him if I ever needed to talk. I dismissed him because I thought I was fine. It took me months to realize the damage not talking was doing. My mom convinced me to go to counseling, where I finally realized how important it was to share my story. Each time I share my experience with a friend, I move away from being a victim and become a survivor. Be a survivor. Speak out.